Have you tried tinnitus therapies and still feel stuck with the ringing? Or worse, have you started to wonder if it's just you that these therapies don't work for? You're not alone, and you're not the problem. The truth is, tinnitus retraining therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, and other tinnitus therapies don't work for everyone, and most people have never been told why. I'm Dr. Layne Garrett, founder of Timpanogos Hearing Tinnitus in Utah, and in this video, I'll break down how these therapies are supposed to work, and the 4 major reasons they fail, and then what you can actually do about it starting today. Before we get into specific therapies, we have to talk about the main goal for all tinnitus treatment. It's something called habituation. If there's one word to know in modern tinnitus treatment, this is it. Now, habituation sounds a little clinical, but it's something you do every single day. Think about the feeling of your clothes. You felt them when you first got dressed this morning, right? But within a few minutes, your brain realized they weren't a threat and just ignored them. You probably don't think about your shirt again until I just brought it up. That's habituation in action. It's your brain's natural ability to filter out constant, unimportant information. And when it comes to tinnitus, habituation has 2 main goals. The first is habituating to the sound itself. The idea isn't to magically make the ringing disappear, but to train your brain to stop paying attention to it, to push it so far into the background you hardly even notice it. The second and maybe even more important goal is habituating your reaction to the sound. This is all about breaking that vicious cycle where the ringing causes stress, and that stress makes you focus on the ringing even more, turning up the volume in your mind. So when a therapy works, it's not magic. It's your brain using its own neuroplasticity to rewire how it responds. It's learning that ringing isn't a danger signal, just like the hum of the fridge or the feeling of your clothes aren't problems. The sound might still be there, but its power over you is gone. So how do we actually make habituation happen? For years, the 2 heavyweights in the ring have been tinnitus retraining therapy, or sound therapy, and cognitive behavioral therapy. They tackle the problem from 2 different angles, but they're both shooting for that same goal. Tinnitus retraining therapy combines counseling with sound therapy. The counseling helps you understand what the sound is and that it's just an overactive auditory system and not a sign that something is wrong. That alone can be a huge relief for many people. The sound therapy part, it's not about masking or covering up the ringing. It's about reducing the contrast between your tinnitus and silence. With a soft, constant background sound, your brain learns to stop giving the ringing so much attention. Cognitive behavioral therapy, on the other hand, is all about how you think about your tinnitus. It helps you identify and challenge thoughts like, this ringing is ruining my life, and replace them with something more balanced like, this is frustrating, but I've had peaceful moments before, and I can have them again. By changing your reaction to the tinnitus, cognitive behavioral therapy helps lower the emotional volume, even if the actual volume of the tinnitus hasn't changed. On paper, these 2 therapies sound fantastic, and for most people, they are. But others do everything right, follow all the advice, stick to the plan, and still feel like the ringing doesn't let up. That's when the frustration hits hard. So what's actually going on? There are usually 4 big reasons, and none of them have anything to do with how strong you are or how much you want it. First off, just know your brain isn't broken. It's just being your brain. Neuroplasticity, which is a fancy way of saying your brain's ability to learn new tricks, doesn't work the same for everyone. Think of it like trying to learn a new language. Some people are chatting away in Spanish after a few weeks of Duolingo. Others, they're still stuck at hola after 6 months and a lot of practice. That's not a personal failure. It's just your brain's wiring. Some brains take longer to habituate to a sound like tinnitus. It doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It means you might need a different pace or maybe a different path. Second reason, you're carrying more than tinnitus. And here's the part that no one tells you. Tinnitus rarely travels solo. It often tags along with anxiety, depression, trauma, and chronic stress. And when your whole nervous system is stuck in a high alert mode, trying to ignore the ringing is like trying to relax with someone waving a fire alarm in your face. Sometimes the real therapy starts with treating what's going on beneath the surface. The third reason, inconsistency. Progress with tinnitus therapy isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. Think of it like going to the gym. You don't get stronger from one intense workout, you get stronger from showing up even on the days you'd rather skip. Habituation is the same. Tinnitus retraining therapy needs daily sound therapy, and cognitive behavioral therapy needs regular mental reps. And yeah, life gets messy, but when the practice becomes patchy, your brain never quite gets the message it's supposed to be getting. And the fourth reason, the sound itself can be kind of a beast. Not all tinnitus is equally tune-outable. A soft, steady hiss, your brain can often learn to background that pretty quick. But a loud, high-pitched tone that shifts and spikes like a malfunctioning car alarm, that's a little bit harder. If your tinnitus is unpredictable, reactive to noise, or just plain loud and you're not imagining a struggle, your brain is going to have a harder time filing that away as a harmless background noise. Bottom line, if these therapies haven't worked for you yet, it's not because you failed them. It's because you're dealing with real specific challenges that deserve real specific answers. The thing you have to know is success is not about silence, it's about peace. Most people who improve with therapy still hear the ringing, they just don't suffer from it anymore. The goal is to get to a place where even if the sound is there, it doesn't trigger stress or spiral your mood. That shift changes everything. It moves the target from cure to calm, from silence to freedom. And that's why personalization of therapy matters. Maybe tinnitus retraining therapy didn't work on its own, but combine it with anxiety therapy or better sleep or jaw tension treatment, that might be your missing piece of the puzzle. We now have tools like bimodal neuromodulation that was approved by the FDA using a Lenire device that provides sound therapy paired with gentle stimulation of your tongue that shows real promise. In our clinic, we often use Lenire with cognitive behavioral therapy and tinnitus retraining therapy with great results. If one road didn't get you there, it doesn't mean the journey is over. It just means you need a better map. Tinnitus therapies like tinnitus retraining therapy and cognitive behavioral therapy are powerful tools. They work by helping your brain relearn how to react to the sound and to push it to the background. When they don't work, it's not your fault. It's likely due to something real and fixable. Your brain's wiring, your stress levels, inconsistency in treatment, or the nature of your tinnitus itself. The more you understand why this is going on, the more power you have to move forward, to try something different, and to finally take back some peace. If you're here in Utah and feel like you've tried everything already and you're just plain tired of feeling stuck, we'd love to talk. We are one of the first modern tinnitus specialty centers, and we've worked with thousands of people in your shoes. And we know this journey can be frustrating, isolating, and confusing. That's exactly why we offer our tinnitus consultations, so you can sit down with a true tinnitus specialist, someone who will actually listen and dig into your specific case and help map out the next best step. No pressure, no sales pitch, just real talk about what works, what hasn't, and what's still possible. You can use the link below to schedule your consultation with one of our audiologists at Timpanogos Hearing Tinnitus. We're here to help when you're ready. And before you go, don't forget to like this video. And also, subscribe if you want more real talk about tinnitus, and leave a comment to share your story or questions. We're trying to build a space here where people can find clarity and community, and your voice really matters. Thanks for watching, and remember, the sound of tinnitus may still be there, but it doesn't have to control your life.